Alright, so now we're going to do a video that is, well, as you guys have read the title, because we're getting a little meta here, and the title's right down there.
Yeah.
So, what is this?
This is 5 things the Netherlands, and Europe in general, does better than the US.
Yeah. I'm just going to go right off the bat and kind of pull this out and just say, healthcare.
Yeah. I can't even compare it.
With the medical stuff, sure, we've been billed, but they're really good at billing and they don't demand payment right on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, I got pills in the States, even if it was down to $1.90 for my prescription.
Yeah.
Every 2 months, I had to pay right there before I get it. Now, they'll bill us.
Yeah.
No problem. I mean, that seems easy, but the fact is, the deductible is like within the hundreds, and that's all we really paid for a shattered collarbone.
Yeah. It's $385. It's the same for everyone.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Socialism. Another thing is, they are amazing at politics. There are 12, 14 political parties.
Here, yeah, when we had the voting board was up at intersection, there was 14 different things to choose from for just like the water district, which I'm not sure exactly how big that is, but that's close enough to it's like a small section of the city. No, it's whatever, because it was Amsterdam, Hui, and something else. So I think it was the south side of the I and part were like Hilversum and stuff.
Gotcha.
But there's still, and it's not just that there were 14 people. There was like 5 or 6 people per party. Yeah. This is why we said and Europe, because much like we've been watching Brexit fall apart. But we hear about this party and that party and this party and this new party, and the fact is that there's more than 2 parties. To be fair, the United States does have 2 parties, but when it comes down to an actual election, does it matter? Yeah. You want D or you want R?
Now, to be fair, the US does actually have more than 2 political parties.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but
yeah,
when it comes down to it, what does it really matter?
Yeah.
The natural law party is not ever gonna.
And the Greens are lucky when they get 1%.
And the Libertarians and
yeah.
So because we both do take this fairly often, number 3, transit.
Oh my God. Transit.
Now, we're not just talking intra-city, because between buses and subways and trams, that you got that pretty decent with other metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
Like, within downtown Portland core, things were fairly hooked up. You could ride the Max north and south. You could kind of go east and west. The tram did this, and buses dropped you off various places.
Yeah.
But getting in between places, like cities. Like, if I wanted to go from Portland to Seattle, which is a 3-hour drive, 2.5 hour, 3, whatever.
Depends on how much you speed.
Yeah, the train would leave 5 times a day. There would be 2 commuter trains in the morning, 1 regular train in the afternoon, and 2 commuter trains in the evening.
That was it.
And that's how many different trains? Like, what was it? We had an away game up in Groningen, and that is probably the most northern major city in the Netherlands, and we're about midway down. How long did it take to get back on that train? About an hour and a half?
Yeah.
And that train ran once an hour?
Yeah.
But that was like once an hour on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we always try to schedule our Groningen parties for a Saturday so that nobody has to work the next day. But that's just it. I can get to any major city on a train, sometimes every 20 minutes or every half an hour.
When I go to Eindhoven, I take a train. If I miss it, I wait half an hour and take the next one.
In the morning, yes, they're about 20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And that's 75 miles away.
Yeah.
When I look at his position on Google, it says he's 75 miles away.
And when I come back, I only have to wait 10 because there's 2 trains that go this way.
Yeah. After Amsterdam, they fork to 2 different directions, but
Yeah.
so that's transit.
Yeah.
So now we're at number 4.
One thing the States just plain doesn't have. Flavored water.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. This stuff is so good though. It's carbonated flavored water. And I know what you might be thinking. Oh, LaCroix. No. No, this stuff actually tastes like something
Yeah.
and has no sugar.
Yeah. This is called Framboos-smaak, which framboos is raspberry.
And smaak is flavor.
Taste, basically. And it's also sparkling, so it's LaCroix, but rather than like was downwind on a freeway as it drove by a raspberry patch. This is like actually was in raspberries at some point.
Yeah.
Like it still doesn't really taste like raspberry juice or raspberry flavored stuff. That's why it's Framboos-smaak. But it's still, I've had the mango stuff, and that stuff tastes like
it tastes
like
something.
gummies.
Nice.
I'm fairly convinced that mango is the go-to flavor for gummy. Every
Makes
time
sense.
I try something mango, I'm just like, that's just a liquefied gummy. Number 5. So, I do this a hell of a lot more than Aaron does, but he has picked it up because the pressure is upon us.
Yeah.
There is... We come from Portland, Oregon, which has been touted as a very bike-friendly city. After 2 hours on my first day here, I realized you had to qualify that with Portland.
It's a very bike-friendly city for the U.S.
Or the Pacific Northwest. Or maybe the West Coast. I'm not sure, but you have to qualify it. In Portland, I never rode a bike because distances are huge.
Yeah.
And terrain. One of the benefits of the Netherlands, flat. So biking's pretty easy. Second of all, the gas prices. They're
insane.
This is why Europe is good. So we're not talking about that one. Let's just say that it lends more towards bikes. So I've been riding a bike, and I've been able to get most of the way across Amsterdam and never have to merge with traffic. And the few places I do, the cars are always like, go ahead. Like they're annoyed by the fact that they have to wait for me.
Because they wait for you.
They wait for me. There was a day when I was going through the tourist area near Dam Square in Rokkijn. I want one of those things on the back for music. Just, I was literally like, I couldn't go fast enough to maintain balance because the people wouldn't get out of the bike lane because the tourists didn't know that this red strip means you are liable for me running into you. I still don't want to because I don't want to have any weird body injuries or a fight that would prevent me from football, but I know a few people that were just like, you know what? It'll be their fault.
Like that woman who just stood in the way, shopping bags.
Oh yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Like she gave me the little like, I'm breaking down, like, did you practice football or some point? But like she broke down like she's gonna tackle a running back, and I'm like, you have shopping bags from Jumbo, and I have a bike going 20 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
What? There's no amount of breaking down because my tire's gonna go. But yeah, that's pretty much the things that Europe and the Netherlands that does better. Just a very big. There's more things,
there's
but that's
tons more. But here's a bonus thing. This isn't something the Netherlands necessarily does better, or the U.S. does better, but they're so efficient. They are so efficient here. You can rent anything. You can buy anything.
That's capitalism.
Your lottery ticket is auto-deducted. And if you win, auto-deposited.
Yeah, but with the whole renting and the thing, that's just capitalism. That's not necessarily efficiency. But yeah, you can rent a lot of things. You can't rent drugs, but you can rent a woman.
That's just because they haven't figured out how yet.
Yeah. They've got the recycling program to figure that one out. We'll catch you guys later.